start. Okay, we're starting up. Starting a little bit late. I just have to do something else. But now that I'm back here, we are ready to sort of begin. I'm gonna share this with a few groups and then I'm gonna proceed. But I guess the short of this is I am actually kind of scared to go into a premier draft of Lorwyn Eclipse, and it's because of how on rails this format seems to be. It's also And I'm seeing a lot of things fluctuate a bit. Right now it seems the elementals are actually the good mid to late game flavor. Having a lot of creatures with 4 toughness really helps in that sense. Anyhow, let's gonna cash this in right now. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. So we're going to be doing our draft of Lorwyn Eclipse. Cash in our draft token, see how well we do with this. I did a quick draft yesterday, so I was able to get a little bit of a sense of what's up. I ended up in elves slash vivid, so it's starting to look like green black elves is gonna be one of the more contested ones because it's so easy to pivot into vivid that way. The fact that Kitkin doesn't also note that a lot of the vivid cards are in green and blue are the main ones, but green has the most of them. Black has a few good ones. I know black and white each have one good one, but between the two, you're more likely to get into vivid with green black than green white. Also, nice to have some extra removal in black in that sense. Well, okay, there's Champion of the Weird, which is really good in Goblins, though Goblins seems to be quite on the rails. We're definitely taking Deceit here. Though this does mean that we kind of actually want to get into, say, Elementals, Blue-Red. Blue-Red would be a good one. What's the other? Blue-White, possibly. Hey, maybe I get the White-Black Elemental and then I can just go White-Blue Merfolk and splash that way. That's it. We actually have quite a lot of decent rares here. We got Tam is a pretty nutty one. Champion of the Weird is quite good. We're gonna take the Deceit though. So I guess we could also hope for elves or fairies in that sense. But definitely want the elves there. If this was a pick 2 draft, and take note, pick 2 is an option here. I'm not happy with the pricing. Them bumping it to 6,000. Okay, so let's see. I did say that white is an option, Mero Sky Swimmer. We could just say black is the option, though that pretty much only leaves us with Scarblade Scout or a Chaos Spewer, so neither of these are that great. We could go into Vivid, but in that case, I'm definitely taking Shine Striker here. Yeah, I guess this is what we do. We could just try to focus on blue here. Steam Vents is nice. So let's see if there's anything. Wretch, Prisma Basher. Whenever this becomes tapped. Honestly, Wonderwine Distractor is probably the safe pick. I could just take the Prisma Basher and try to see what we get into. Shame we're passing the Steam Vents, but yeah, we're gonna try. I guess what we're gonna try to do is go for Elemental Vivid. So I guess we're looking for red. So that means we have to prioritize anything that generates mana of any color. Though, actually no. What we need to prioritize are a lot of the hybrid stuff. We also kind of want mana of any color as well. So if we see that also, but Elemental Wizard, it's fine. Swat away is kind of okay removal. This does heavily lock us into blue. So it's looking like that is what's gonna happen. Yeah, passing up Spell Snare, but yeah, Spell Snare is more for constructed really. So at least we have kind of solved our mana value 4 or greater. Eclipsed Flamekin is gonna be one reason for us to get in there. So we probably also want to be looking out for this Changelings as a way to fit it as well. And it also helps that Prisma Basher's an elemental, Shrine Cycle's an elemental, Flaring Cinder. This is a payoff. This is a payoff, but we might want to take a Summit Sentinel first. It's either one of these two. I'll take a Summit Sentinel first. Because there are enough early game decks to really run us over. Changing Wayfinder is really good here. So now we're in the road of we have to figure out how to get how to get more colors of permanence. Right now, Vivid a tree is pretty much fine here, but we kind of also want other ways to generate this. I would still take the Luminolos, though the Chitnius Graspling is also looking kind of good there. Okay, we got ourselves another Flaring Cinder, so that's sold. I guess we could take Tweeze because we could take Tweeze instead of some removal. It's fine. We can take one right now. Chaos Spewer gets us some black, but I guess it's fine. It's not super great. Underwind Distractor is probably fine. Elf Archer is fine. Yeah, none of these are that great. What's this? As additional cost me. Okay, no. This is card. We could use some card draw eventually, and the basic land cycling helps us there. So this time, not much in the way of rares. If I want to take a rare, I'd be forced to take this one. There's another Prisma Basher. Puka's Eye is kind of vivid, but we need to actually have all 5, so that's not really happening. Guilt Leaves Embrace is kind of fine. Flash, give Trample indestructible. Aquatex defenses. Likewise, for the same reason, though this one's more protective. We're kind of more into blue. I'll take the second Prisma Basher first, just to kind of send that signal. Chomping Changeling. Actually, I would like one of these. There's quite a good number of It's either that or a Cinder Strike. And Cinder Strike is actually quite good for us here. It is one of the few ways to hit a 4 toughness. We'll take that. Dream Harvest is a really good spell here for us. There's also a Harmonized Crescendo, which also helps us draw cards. Not sure which one of these two is the better one. An elemental check. We got 9 we got 9 already, so there's an yeah. So I guess this incentivizes us to take this. Okay, whenever you cast draw a card, this is what we want. Though we have to be reminded that our mana value is way too high. Probably don't need. Well, it does help us fix green. So it does a Changeling Wayfinder. Yeah, we kind of want more 1s and 2s. Trading schemes each. That's a wash. I would probably rather just have another Tweeze at this point, or maybe just an Evolving Wilds. Overt Mischief. We don't have that many Changelings though. Ultra Dash is probably the one that buys us some time. So another Evolving Wilds is looking. Well, there's a Puka's Eye, but this only lets us draw cards if we have all 5 colors. I could try taking this. Not too sure. Maybe if I was a bit more courageous, I probably would. Okay, now we got this choice again, so I think I would take the defenses here. And another Stratosaur. basically being able to fix our mana somewhat helps a bit here. Creature enters, create treasure token. Probably want this more. If we do have to have a sanity check of our four or greater spells, we do have quite a lot of them. But we're quite active on the tree mark, so there we go. Deceit is going to be the annoying. Well, we really want to cast this for double blue. The double black is a nice option, nice to have option. Okay, we have a Flame Braider. This one helps us cast our elementals. There's a Cinder Strike, which helps us remove stuff, which is probably more useful of it. But I think I do want to take the Flame Raider. Like, our elemental count is now at 12. We really have so many elementals that we want to cast. Definitely taking this one. There's a high perfect Morcant. I would have loved it in my previous quick draft, but not quite here. Glitterwing Nuisance. This is a Nuisance. It's also a pretty nice early drop, so I guess I could take that. Hey, Jericho Elagan, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? Just I started a bit late because I was actually finishing up one additional run with Fine Motion. So anyway, I'll just take a Flitterwing Nuisance here. It's a way to threaten to draw more cards. Okay. Blood Crypt actually kind of fits nice for us here. The alternative is an Explosive Prodigy, which is actually also quite good for us here as well. We probably could have used a few more of these. I don't really need to cast this for black. Yeah, we'll take the Explosive Prodigy. So I might go light on the green stuff as well. Ooh, Soul Immolation. Now, what is our greatest toughness? I think is a 5 or 6. 6, a few 5s and a few 4s. So Soul Immolation's quite fine here. We're definitely taking that. We're definitely blue-red elementals for the most part. So Enraged Flamecaster or another Boulder Dash. I think we have too many non-creatures now. I'll take an Enraged Flamecaster here. I do need to make some adjustments as well. Oh, another Flame Braider. It's either that or another Cinder Strike. Let's do a sanity check on the removal. Cinder Strike, Boulder Dash, Prodigy, 2 Tweezes, 1 Swat away, 1 Swat. Okay, Flame Braider. Burning Curiosity as card draw. Glistener Baron as our... Okay, we're taking Glistener Baron here. This is also another Vivid Payoff. Admittedly, we're not in the green... We're gonna be needing triple green here, so that's something to keep in mind. So, deck is pretty much stacked up blue-red. I might say cut 1 Prisma Basher. There's Cinders. There's Cinders price so fine here. Oh wait, Cinder Strike came back. Just foraging, add 1. I'll take a Cinder Strike here. Eclipsed Bogart doesn't quite help us. I'll take the Blossom Bind. Not sure how much early removal I want. I'm probably not going to run Glamour Might. Another Enraged Flamecaster might be nice. I will note that card draw is going to be our weakest part. Like we're literally just living off the Harmonized Crescendo here. And a Shine Striker, so we have some ways of drawing cards. And I guess Eclipsed Flame can also help there. So these two. I guess what I do is I cut... Prisma Basher is really good. But we're not main green, so I might want to cut 1. Bump 1 island, -1 forest. It should be enough for the Lumilosk and the other Prisma Basher, I guess. We also have 2 Flame Braiders to help us cast it. So now we need to figure out... This one probably goes... Keep the Cinder Strikes, save us early, Summit Sentinel's fine. So we need to make some adjustments. Maybe go down 1 Wayfinder. Yeah, the caveat here is that we're literally mostly vivid for 2, so maybe we don't. Oh, so we kind of don't want our vivids to be too early. So explosive prodigy is actually not that great here. I guess we can drop the Aquatex defenses. We're not exactly that defensive. Flamekin's still fine. Swat away is still fine. Yeah, we're more of a 4 or greater deck. But we need to make adjustments that way. So first of all, we can basic land cycle for 2. Cast keys. We need to make at least 2 more cuts. This one we can evoke if we have to. I guess we cut 1 tweeze. We're probably going to rely more on the Cinder Strikers here. Swat away. I think I'd still keep it. Normally I'm supposed to make 1 more cut after this, but I'm going to run it as like this for now because I really have no idea. This is really super sketchy, I know. I really should make 1 more cut. I just don't know what. I guess we could cut one of the 3 drop ones, probably one of the mystics, I guess. Well, it still gets to draw and discard, so it's not a complete wash version. But yeah, that's an interesting note. The higher toughness ratio actually makes it harder to do aggro. If you're gonna go aggro, you're so reliant on spending a lot of early tempo, and you're hoping that your opponent's not able to catch up. So there's a bit of risk on that one. It's not that perfect. And I'm actually in the mood where if our opponent has something that they'd like to spend out, I would like to force them to do so. Like, they gave up 1 pump spell, so they probably have another one. For sure, lurker. So there's an argument for, say, playing our other Colrat Mystic first, but I probably want to... If I draw another 4-drop spell, I'm more likely to play this first start drawing cards. If I hit a 2-drop spell, I might play Changeling Wayfinder first, start setting things up. Opponent is going to be churning through quite a few cards here, though. Shame I did not get the. I didn't get the elemental that lets me double dip on my triggers. That would have been a really good one for us here. Now opponent could block. Okay, no, they're just taking it. Opponent is definitely gonna go wide with this one, so I'm just waiting for the Lord to drop. No, just Blossom Bind. Not the worst. Now, I do actually want to keep this one, so I'm actually going to... I am actually going to take them. As much as I want to take the Flame Breaker, if it gets removed, it's a bad lynch. I'll still take the Flame Breaker. So next turn we just go Changeling Wayfinder. Changing Wayfinder, grab another Forest just in case our opponent answers, and play Flame Breaker. We don't have the best Vivid creatures, to be honest, but this one... So, and this is probably my experience being colored by the previous one. I actually think I was better off with an Elf build, in that sense. It's only a +2/+0. Oh, this time we will block, and our opponent figures it. I'm taking a bit of a risk here. If our opponent somehow answers our Flame Breaker, we will be delayed by 1 turn. But +3/+3, yeah, it looks like they're eyeing the Flame Breaker now. There is an argument for, say, emptying this first. If our opponent's leaving up a lot of open mana, or enough mana to suggest a counter spell, I might just play these two first. Yeah, they're really eyeing that one. Oh, that's not the worst. Oh well, it does take it out of circulation, but again, it's not the worst. Our opponent is suggesting that they might have a counter spell. I will block 1/1 here. See what they have afterwards. Might as well find the bottom since we're gonna shuffle anyway. After all. Ooh, I should not have played that first. Okay, fine. We'll play this first. Okay, nice. But I definitely want to play the Prisma Basher first. Opponent probably should be saving for a counter spell if they can, but if they don't have one, that's another story. So just bumping us for one shot. Peddler. Ooh, wow, this would be really nice. And if not, we still get the triggers. I am not going to discard the card though. And I can still... Oh, because I still have this one, I am still free to swing. Yeah, Vivid is probably going to be one of the much better effects here. It does help that yeah, so the value of the changelings becomes somewhat higher because of Vivid. There we go. Okay, opponent is... Yeah, that's how it lines up. Yep, that's it. And I did not get to show off the other stuff, but that is pretty much enough. Vivid is really looking nuts here. I would not be surprised if if the update on the format is that Vivid is that good. So it increases the value of elves a lot, increases the value of elementals a lot. It doesn't the reason it doesn't increase Kitkin and Merfolk so much is because they rely on being so low on the ground and they need to hit a lot of their drops early, so splash does not benefit them that much. That said, it's not impossible. It can still be done. Ugh. I'll keep this, but honestly, I really should be mulling this. Yeah. Somehow we hit all our splash lands. I need to double check our lands, but I guess Freeze helps us here. I do still need... Well, don't get me wrong, we do have a double red, so that's something to keep in mind. On the flip side, this does say that playing mono is probably not the best idea. So next turn I can Wayfinder for another red source. Hold up swat away. Yeah. Force them to use their combat tricks. Sure. Yes. Now we just need to hit one of our vivid spells since we know we're about to set our opponent back a lot. Blue, red, that's only 2 damage. Yeah, we kind of have to do this one. There's an argument for returning this one instead, but I want to keep setting them back. This is now a tempting game. So, yep, opponent concedes right there. We set them back just a little, a bit more than a little bit, just quite a bit, I'd say. So yeah, doing pretty well. Woo. So, yeah, 2 wins. Pretty decent start. Again, reminder, this is a premier draft, so we kind of want at least 2 more. Haven't drawn into our basic land cyclers yet. But those are also still, they're also valid finishers. They're still flyers. Maybe not as impressive as, say, one of our vivid creatures, but still there. I still have not figured out which one card to cut. Do I wait? I kind of want to play this one first and play into this, but I kind of want to do it in reverse. So we pass. Because I think gaining 1 and dealing 2 damage is probably better for us. But also, if we're able to lead on this one first, we end up gaining 2 and dealing 3 damage, which is now if they have a removal spell, it's kind of bad, but it is what it is. That is the weakness of this one. It's a good thing our opponent kind of started a bit slow, and we can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, but so we can still block with it. So there is a good chance our opponent decides to... Well, if they have a way to kill it, they will. And that sets us back on quite a few colors here. Because next turn, I'm hoping to explosive... Shine Striker on 2 colors is a bit weak. So I'm probably going to end up playing this anyway. No, Shine Striker on 2 colors is not too... Oh, they want to clear our board. Yeah, I think we still have to draw 2 cards here. There we hit our removal. So probably probably Eclipsed Elf on the farmer. Then we have in... Oh, that's also a good target, I guess. So there's an... So there's an argument of actually wanting to play this first. Yeah, they took out the colors, I guess. That's kind of a brilliant play, if I may say so myself. Yeah, requiting hex. Yeah, this is it's spells like this that makes it actually kind of hostile and early aggro here. But right now our opponent is kind of playing a good mid-range game. So there goes blue. Yeah, they're just really taking out their colors one by one. So ooh. So I actually want to do this one first. And so I will. This does actually open up routes for me. So I'll just draw 2 cards. Still. So yeah, not swinging yet because I want to lead on this first. One is actually kind of emptied on cards. Ooh, what's this? For each creature you control, each creature in your graveyard. So not taking it out anytime soon. I would need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 11 mana. Basically, it's pump then cast. So we'll take a hit first. Also, no, yeah, because these cards will go in the graveyard, so it'll still contribute. If they exile this one, this somehow actually does not contribute. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, And so literally just need one more mana. So 6 is actually enough now. So I can't let Flame Raider die. Yeah, this is super risky. And our opponent having one blue mana also doesn't help matters. So we did a reset, and our opponent is now down to 3. So they have to cast. They have to really cast every creature they have now. Alternately, I could have cleared the board first, then swung. That I probably would have been able to deal more damage that way. And not really. So opponent drops these 2. So if I swing with this, they are forced to block with the guide. Yeah, I have to force them. I kind of wish I had another... Yeah, that's all my card draw spells actually. And do they have something? They did have something. Yeah, fair enough. Auto charge actually coming up pretty strong. So yeah, we might lose this. Yeah, they had that one extra trick. And we kind of got ruined by that one. Yeah, we needed to be able to close on that last bit. We just weren't able to. So that's a shame. But that was a close fight. Yeah, couldn't be too mad at that. And they were doing a very good job of clearing out the vivid. So that's kind of why I said that the green black is probably going to be the better starting position for vivid, even though elementals are blue red and well blue red some in green, so there are quite a bit of elementals there. Also note that my vivid game is not really that strong. I'm missing a lot of the vivid stuff that makes it work. The really big dude, that's one of them. actually don't want to give them mana. Not sure how this correct it is, but because if I take this out, I just accelerate our opponent to 6 mana. Here, at least, our opponent is still trying to work their way up there. This is super greedy. Like, I know it's a lot better for me to set up the 6th land. Yeah, let's set up the 6th land. Let's not be too greedy. Because there's actually an argument for returning my own Flamekin. So if I can hit another land, it's Flamekin Luminos. I could also... Ooh. Yeah, that's a very good removal spell. Yeah, I'll take for now. Somehow I think I would have been much better off getting the fly. I would have been much better off playing this as a creature. Oh, come on. Okay, they hit that. They could tweeze Sentinel, probably. It's until end of turn, so... Yeah, oddly enough, that wasn't the worst. It's an annoying outcome, yes. Opponent probably goes for the Shine Striker now. They've managed to survive purely on green. Okay, they now want to actually draw cards. They probably have some pump effect or something, so they could have gotten rid of it anyway. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this gets 1, that sets it to 9. sure what to swat. Also, this is a creature. Oh, oh, if a creature is attacking you, so I only. Oh, I can use it to bounce one of my own stuff. Okay, but they have to be attacking first. And what would I want to bounce? Probably the Prisma Basher again. Just go for it. Kind of need them to be attacking first. I'm kind of shield. This was probably an argument for not playing Changeling Wayfarer. Yep, they went for the Shine Striker, but I was gonna go for the other one. If they have more removal, okay, that's a problem. Yep, they had all the removal. So I kind of have to wait a bit more patiently. Yeah, this honestly does make this playstyle a bit harder. Yeah, honestly, not the worst. Yeah, I need a way to draw cards. I still have one more way of drawing cards, but I'm kind of flooding quite a bit. There's probably an argument for casting it on Eclipsed just to get another shot at it. It deals damage equal to its power. So this only goes up to 4. I have to let this one go. I could have bounced this also, but what I really want to do is bounce something that will draw me cards. So the question is, if I with this much mana, I could probably just choose to bounce this instead. Yeah, and that was enough. So yeah, Soul Immolation saved us there. We so we were really saved by Rares. Yeah, Jericho, I can very much confirm this is definitely a Prince format. But I do need to make that one cut now. It's probably going to be one of the mystics. Not so sure how correct that is, but it does. Also, I forgot to dub. I know I just added one island, but I probably could have. Also, I think I've only hit one evolving once. Can't complain too much about it though. So 2 into a 4 if we can manage it. That would be nice. It's really so removal check. At least we have a play on turn 3 if they're clearly holding something up. I just don't know what. Also, I just realized that the only basic land cycler is okay, so they had so see what our opponent's next play is. Yeah, that was a great. There was an argument for using this to cast this so that I could freeze this one. Should be right. Yeah, I would say that we might need another term for the Prince format now. Because we're at the stage where the uncommons are really very good, so that the rares and it does have the feel of a Prince format, except that the Prince is a lot more accessible. Yeah, we got a lot of card advantage off this Flaring Cinder. And as far as Prisma cards, I only have the Mollusk left. So I'm actually gonna pass. I could swing, just I'm not. If I don't have to force the situation, I won't. 'Cause I'm about to draw a lot more cards. Oh, they finally had the reach trample. Ooh, this is okay. They had one, two. They had a bunch of. They have a fight spell. 6 cards. Oh my gosh! And I drew Evolution. Yep. Yep. Just emulating our way out of this. Woo. Okay, that one was way. That that one was super best case scenario. I should not expect to see that again. It started with the first pick Deceit, but knowing that we were probably gonna go into Vivid because well actually we didn't know we were going to Vivid. We knew we were going into blue because the black mode was mostly inconsequential outside the constructed. Like I would cast the blue mode in an emergency, but I would not cast the black mode in an emergency. So no, knowing that I knew I wanted to be heavy blue, then my second pick, yeah, we kind of wanted to go into. I knew we kind of want to go into Vivid. It's just a question of how. This one's fine. So Flame Braider is also pretty much a nice MVP here, fixing those colors we needed. So turn 3 Mystic. So now this one is okay. It's 5 mana, 2/5 draw a card. With a slight discount because you're splitting it over turns. Yeah, it's just target creature. It doesn't really do much. Actually, no, it doesn't. We'll see if it survives. If they have a combat trick, let it go. Ooh, Reese, not the worst. I do want to discard it. So it persists. And next turn, Shine Striker for 2. Not great, but it's still something. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, it doesn't work on this. So another reason to always use Flame Braider. The -1/-1 counter team is pretty interesting. I know there's no 1 mana way to give reach, so we probably will have to fire this off soon. Ooh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I can vote. Reload. Convoke is okay. This one's actually really powerful. No, especially Convoke. Most people are not going to prepare for it. So I could return. Wait, what? Okay, so this is prevent all damage that will be dealt to you. No. It doesn't prevent damage dealt to creatures, so I could just wipe their... I might have to wipe their board now. No. Oh wait, that's not... Nope. That doesn't work. So... Still draw a card. They don't take any damage, but right now it's about clearing their entire board. And I can draw 3 more cards next turn if I want to. And I probably should. Well, technically 4 cards. No. Morning Tide's Light is good if you can kill your opponent in that fell swoop. go, man. Ah. Also, our opponent giving us extra cards really helped us a lot in that one. I think we definitely got the soul immolation off the return ETB. Wanna try to be probably too clever there. Yeah, you don't want. That was one thing you did not want to give your opponent. That's for sure. Yeah, soul immolation. It's perfect for elementals because they have enough with 4 toughness and more. I thought we were gonna be blown out by that early, but that is pretty much how you win against the bigger decks. You have to put in a lot of pressure and be able to get those early hits. This is a really bad hand. Excellent. If our opponent's super aggro, we can kind of Cinder Strike early. There's an argument for playing these two, but honestly, I don't want. If I can avoid playing Deceit, I will. At least if I can avoid playing Deceit early, I will. Oh, we're not hitting that anyway. I guess we just have to be a good boy and take these early hits. It's a shame we don't have a spell with Wither. Okay, now that is something I would want to take out. We're playing Super Control right now, so not super ideal. We're also gonna end up having to play this as a creature, so okay. We had an interceding play instead. Now I would just block the Archer instead. Iron Shield Elf really one of the better elf cards for sure. Unfortunately, I would need something green in order to have enough colors to take out Safe Red Cavalry. I might have to do. I might have to do it as a 2-for-1 in their favor. Yeah, I need to force them to start giving up cards. 17. There. I'm just gonna end up taking the tree from the eulogist. Okay, when we took Harmonized Crescendo, our other option, we had another option. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's probably a reason not to block. I think I'll wait one. Probably another nameless inversion. So make sure at least we get our cards first. Ooh, perfect. Good check here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I won't be able to cast both. Oh no, cancel. Name breaker first. So let's hope I don't get killed in the process of doing this. Probably swing at both. I go down to 3. There you go. That. And what's the last card that they end up discarding with? Yep. But that's still enough to kill them. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get a run like this again. If any, I'm now scared to run the other kinds of decks for this reason. So one more. Okay, so we could lose one more match before it becomes our really last match. But let's see, maybe we could win this one here. It's lit. Okay, so the vivid cards they really boosted the vivid cards quite a lot. They're all late game cards for pretty much good reason. The mid game cards are okay. Okay, the green mid game cards are kind of okay. The giant you have to consider as a mid game card as well. Don't get me wrong, a 6/5 trample reach that you can cast earlier than turn 6 is still quite good. This, yeah, this might be one of the. But you can see that they tried to make the cost really hard to cast for just any deck. So definitely Mystic on tree. We won't be able to cast these, but that's just having the random extra fourth color is something. Oh yeah, the red does have a 3 mana 5 damage. Wait, I might be mixing it up with jump up. They don't have the creature to blight on, so we will still have our Mystic. Yeah, really have to clear out these tree folk. This opponent is okay. Opponent is really getting into. Opponent is definitely gonna drop something with Vivid. War 2. Now I just need one more. Okay, missing the red mana. So I'm gonna start digging for it. This would also this would also hold it back a bit. So the options here. This is the biggest one, but if our opponent finally takes out, I'll play the Lumin. That's the safest one because I have to assume that the Flame Breeder is gonna get killed soon. We really needed to hit a land with that. Remove 2 counters. Yeah, I figured they were gonna take that out eventually. Yeah, this is rough. So I need one of my 4 toughness creatures to stay alive. I'll take 4 like a good boy. That's fine. They might have. gonna play this one first. Yeah, that's a clean block. Thanks. Yeah, I'm still concerned the possibility of counter spell. Okay, not the worst. I could swat something. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'll just pass. Okay, so it has hexproof from green. Comes all colors. Or a Shine Striker. Okay, draw 5 cards. Yeah, we had Tam as an option. I just wasn't too. This would have been a really good one, to be fair. So that. So let's see. Now they might still maintain the hexproof thing, so it's okay. But I still. But it's actually if a creature is attacking me, so I don't even have to target the Shine Striker. And I just want the card draw trigger for the most part. Okay, sure. So I'm not gonna get the card draw trigger there. So that's fine. I kinda wish I had one more mana. So let's see. I have to put in Deceit. This is a force block. And there's no 1 mana control. Opponent needs to play out more creatures now. They want to snipe the Baron. They probably have another Pitiless Fist spare. So we might get got in the air because of this. I would need to hit another flyer, but I would... Not having the green hurts. Okay, that's game. Cam is actually really very good. I needed the extra green generate enough, but I still wouldn't be. But it'll just be blocked out anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, 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 that's a bit of a shame. So last match is definitely our last. We'll see if we can get it all the way to the end there. Oh, that was so close. Ish, we managed to clear a really dangerous board, but then we had no removal for the time afterwards. We're definitely keeping this one. So what we might do is I might just swim. So we definitely get red with this one. Oh, Cinder Strike. Okay, not the worst. They might have sack outlets. This one's okay, slightly problematic, but we can Eclipsed. Definitely want land this time because we are now targeting for Soul Immolation and Harmonized Crescendo. We will end up taking two that. No, if our opponent strings, I would probably still take the damage. Let's see who it lights it on. Not, that's fine. So we'll see how our opponent decides to start lighting. I'm hoping they start lighting their own Blackthorn. That will allow me to clear it. Otherwise, I could just wait and go for a Harmonized Crescendo. Probably Blight on the Blackthorn, for obvious reasons. I already know what I'm starting. Oh, they went for that. Okay. So this will do two. Then I. Okay. Okay, we have a plan. And there we go. That was very conclusive. And yeah, Soul Immolation is it's A plus if you can generate enough toughness. Had to play around a bit for that one, but we got our first 7x. Pretty nice. And we'll see if we can do much better there. That was rough. Tam was anchoring the deck. Also the weakest link. Yes, but she's the weakest link, but she's going to also cost you at least 2 removal spells. If if you're not able to, if you play Tam late enough that your opponent is kind of out of gas, Tam is really good. So it's really more of a mid late game card. You don't want to play her out early. That said, we did manage to get a really solid win. Solid set there. Vivid is probably going to be the flavor of the month until someone can figure out down the line how to beat it. That said, that is going to be for this episode Magic Arena Run. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you, Jericho Lagan. Yeah, I was thinking about taking this one, but Black Goblins are not as powerful as they seem to be. They are way too on the rails. It's already my 4th Hexing Squelcher. And there we go. Nice pack of goodies. I could say that this was a very good one, if I may say so myself. That's it for this episode. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for winning. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I hope you guys win out there. May you guys not run into Soul Immolation, and may you guys be the one running it instead. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.